Mano buddhi hankar chittani naham न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञा न वै पञ्चवायु न वा.
So do you think the statement which is being put in the Sikh religion by Guru Nanak saying, people say by Guru Nanak that idol worship is a sin, did he mean something else?
He didn't say that. Moses said it long time back.
So what did they actually mean? What did they actually mean when they say idol worship is a sin? Because that's the thing which is separating
that is
from
too new a religion for me to comment on. But the first direct glaring example is, it's taken directly from the mouth of Moses, who said, God's words to Moses said, thou shalt have no other God before me. Thou shalt not worship idols. But I don't think anyone has explained it like Guru Nath has explained it. I'm not saying it as a bombast or something. Guru Nath says that this is a psychological thing. Do not focus your identity on your physical body or your mind. Shift your identity, change the gestalt, and think that you are consciousness. I am not this house of flesh and bone, which sleeps, decays and dies. I am immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and sky. This is what he could have meant by do not worship idols.
It was more esoteric than rather...
Much more esoteric. Guru Nath has given much more esoteric teachings than the Granth Sahib. See it, compare it, it's tape to tape. You can compare it. Not that I'm smaller or greater or this or that. It's just things as they are because you have evolved and you have demanded from me. You have drawn out from me a deeper esoteric meaning for everything by just sitting here. Because just like people get the government they deserve, people get the Guru they deserve. And so also people get the philosophic teachings they deserve. If the people are deep, then the teaching shall be deep. If your demand is deep, then I will go deep. And this is what it means. Neither the Bible nor the Jews nor the Sikhs have explained that idol worship, it does not mean that breaking all the idols and breaking this teapot and everything is an idol. The bulb is an idol, the fan is an idol. This is a picture. So it doesn't mean that. It means you should not identify with your physical body or with any statues of gods and goddesses, but you should identify with your consciousness. That's what they meant. But with all due respects to one of the greatest avatars whom I personally believe to be is Moses, greater than Guru Nanak, and maybe the Guru of Guru Nanak, and maybe a junior contemporary of Babaji himself. Because I associate him very closely with Sri Yukteswar. I don't know how that formula works out, but with all due respects to Moses, I would not venture to go up to Yahweh, who is Gorakshanath himself. I would not go up. That they should have explained this more clearly. Maybe I'm someone from that time, someone who's explaining it to you now. They should explain this to the people. Secondly, they should have also said that this commandment which I am giving you is for the very advanced practitioners, which you are, some of you are, and some of you will be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because of the fourth Thokar Kriya. Because I personally, my opinion is different to Guru Nanak's and Moses' opinion, which is a bold statement. I would not say, although it's come from Gorakshanath himself or from Yahweh, Hayya, Yahayya. That's the name of Yahweh. He says, thou shalt not worship idols. It is not possible for anyone not to worship idols. At the initial stages, you have to have an idol. Otherwise, how will you bind your mind to the object of your love? Once your mind is bound to your Mahaguru, it penetrates the atoms, and then you merge and feel you are a part and parcel of Shiva. You become associated, you are integrated with Shiva. If you keep meditating You go into the subatomic sphere, different dimension. You penetrate the atoms of being Shiva and go into the subatomic particles of Shiva. If you keep looking at it, then the form, the idol of Shiva will disappear. So the idol worship will disappear automatically. And then there will be what worship? Attribute worship. Then there will be no form, there will be just a bliss. He will be you and you'll become one with him. Samyam. And when you become one with him, there will be no idol worship, there will be no form. And then you will feel that you are floating in an ocean of bliss. Then you will be worshipping not Shiva, but the attribute of Shiva called Satchidanand. And then when you go still deeper, the attribute will disappear and you will just be observing that and being the whole of the mind and matter of the universe. So first you will be an integral part of the deity you worship, the idol you worship. Then you will be the idol you worship by being its attributes. Then you will be beyond the attributes and become pure consciousness. You are immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and skies. So this, do not do idol worship and do what? That is not said in the 10 commandments. You're telling us not to do idol worship, but to do what? I am here telling you that first begin with idol worship. Train your mind to focus on the figure of your beloved. Once your mind is focused, go deeper. The form disappears. Many of you, when I give the Shiva path, the form disappears. Have you seen that? The idol disappears. So that's what it means, do not idol worship. But that is an advanced stage. You cannot get to the stage of no idol worship before first worshipping the idols. And don't tell me all these terrorists and the whole of Islam and the whole of Christianity, cheese and cakes on Sunday with canary hats, socializing, can go straight into the state of Shiva path, the no-mind state of cosmic awareness. Can they? So I think, O Lord, Thou hast jumped the fence. And you haven't given to kindergarten the things of kindergarten first.
Like you've given the poker player to us.
Yeah, that's something like this, but at a lower level, because you're still pinning on every lotus and the word. You have the word and the form. So that's an example where given ahead of time. So that, but they gave no techniques. So do not, idol worship means, okay God, we don't idol worship. Then what do? We sit idle? We have to idol worship. To get to a state of non-idol worship, you have to do idol worship. To get to a state of non-doing, you have to do something. This is the psychology of the human mind. That it has to be bound to a particular person, place or thing. It has to be concentrated. And when your concentration reaches what is called vanishing point, you concentrate on a point. When your concentration reaches vanishing point, the idol before you disappears. Thou shalt not idol worship. O Lord, I have filled your desire and your commandment by intensely focusing on the idol so that I made it disappear. So that I have entered into a subtler strata. From the atomic strata I have entered the subatomic strata, where, O Lord, now I am not worshipping idols. Neither yours nor anyone's. I am worshipping the attributes of the truth that you are. And as I go into the attributes and all, I still have the I in me. I still have the proton. And that at this stage where I am floating in a sea of bliss, I lose myself. I lose my ego. And I am everywhere in bliss. I lose my ego at the subatomic state when I enter the electron. So I've got rid of the desires, which is the neutron. I've got rid of the activity of mind, which is the ego, which is proton. And now I can take the final leap of divine consciousness, and I rid myself of the ultimate building block of creation, which is called the electron. Once I split the electron, I go into he about whom naught may be said, which people variously call asampradnyat samadhi, the nirvikalp samadhi. But then too, I am pulled back again and again of past desires which bubble up from the surface of my mind's lake and pull the flying swan down again into the weeds of desire, illusion, delusion and error.